And it's time to do what we're doing for the next few weeks on a Tuesday at this time, and that is chatting and hearing from the next wave of New Zealand's most talented songwriters and performers who are being showcased at the University of Auckland's Songwriter of the Year 2011 competition with an event on the 29th of September. 6 emerging artists currently studying popular music at the School of Music will perform their original songs backed by a professional band competing for major prizes courtesy of MusicWorks, Kiwi FM and Roundhead Studios. Last week we had Sam Allen. Today Phil Kim is in the Kiwi studio. Good morning to you, Phil.
Hi.
Nice to have you in. Now, you are quite apparently heavily influenced by the music of the 70s. We're not talking disco, are we?
No, it's more like classic rock, bands like Led Zeppelin and stuff. I wouldn't say I listened to them too much recently, but definitely growing up through high school and stuff, that's the sort of music I got acclimatized to pop music on.
Is that because it's what your parents were?
No, actually, they don't know anything about music, really.
What parents do, right?
Exactly. They just want me to listen to Beethoven or something.
Yeah.
But it was just what my friends happened to be into.
Yeah.
And I didn't know anything about pop music until a friend just naively asked a classical pianist and myself to join his band.
Huh.
And he just happened to introduce me to a lot of these 70s bands. And that's just what I started listening to, and that's what I thought was cool.
Yeah, totally. And so classically trained on the piano. From what age?
I think it was about 5.
Wow.
I asked if I could get piano lessons, but I stopped that when I was 18.
You said no more piano. Piano's pretty cool, though.
Oh, it's definitely cool, and I'm glad I did it. I remember asking if I could quit when I was like 14.
Yeah.
And my mum was like, no. And I'm so glad she said no, because then I probably wouldn't be playing music at the moment.
I mean, playing piano, it lends itself to many other instruments, doesn't it? You get a greater and deeper understanding of music construction.
Yeah, most definitely. I think it really helps being able to see all the notes out there in front of you.
Yeah.
On a guitar or something, you see frets.
Yeah.
And it's a lot harder to kind of make these connections between the notes, whereas on piano it's just all there. It's like the Big Mac of music.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, piano, guitar, can you play anything else?
I played drums in the school big band a little bit, and bass, but I mean, all guitarists could really pick up a bass and play it. I'm not dissing bassists or anything. I reckon bassists are so cool.
Yeah. And when did you start singing?
Just through the course, I was forced to sing. I never really saw myself as a singer, and I'm having to work through that. Because one of the criteria for going to uni is you have to write songs and sing them yourself. Mm-hmm. And I guess I just kind of made myself do it.
Yeah. Well, it's helpful that you can write and sing at the same time. I certainly couldn't do either, actually, to be fair.
It took a while.
Yeah. Well, you've brought in the guitar. You've also brought in Emily as well.
Hello.
Who's playing what?
She's going to play the tenor saxophone. And no, you're not singing, are you, today?
No,
she's a great singer, though. She's first year in the School of Music.
Okay, cool. And so this is great. So people within the course help each other out on songs, and
they make us play with people like in the course only.
Yeah.
I hated that in first year, but now I like kind of reaping the benefits, meeting new people.
That's really cool. So what? So you're what song are you going to play?
I'm going to play a song called Barrier. It's one I wrote a couple of weeks ago.
And is it about a trip to the Great Barrier?
I wish it was with this person. It's just kind of like your usual story about wanting to get closer with someone, but there's a wall, barrier.
A firewall.
Yeah. An invisible wall.
Yeah. All right. For sure. Cool. All right. Phil Kim, live in the Kiwi studio this morning.
1, 2, 3.
I'd like to fly to France with you. No luggage, plans or money, just each other's company. I'd like to be shy when I'm with you, to be myself for once without ever thinking twice, drinking from our cup del amor. I'd like to cry in front of you, hurting, sad or happy, but it won't be 'cause I'm lonely. I'd like to lie in bed to you, about the jokes you make and how it's hard to stay awake. It's not true, you do, but there's a barrier between you and us, stainless steel nailed into each other's cusp. But when I hear it in my native tongue, it sounds a little like encouragement. Between you and us, stainless steel nailed into each other's cusp. But when I hear it in my native tongue, it sounds a little like encouragement. Oh, if only we could share our sentiments on what the word courage meant.
Wow, Phil Kim live in the Kiwi studio with the track called Barrier, accompanied by Emily on the saxophone. Nothing like the sax coming in over the top, huh?
Oh, it's beautiful.
You get the chills every time that happens?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, that's so sexy.
Very, very nice. Well, Phil will be performing along with all the other finalists on the 29th of September for the University of Auckland Songwriter of the Year 2011 competition, competing for a whole bunch of prizes. Those $1,500 worth of music vouchers would be quite handy, no doubt. With all those other prizes courtesy of Kiwi FM Roundhead Studios as well. Of course, we'll be giving you airtime if you're a winner, of course. Thanks very much, Phil, for coming on in.
Thanks for having me.